It is just about pitch dark at 5:30. Look at that.
Imagine looking up at the horizon and realizing the sky itself is charging at you. Not a cloud, not rain, but a solid wall of dust, miles wide, thousands of feet high, moving so fast you barely have time to react. On August 25th, Phoenix faced one of the most powerful dust storms in years, grounding flights, cutting power to over 135,000 people, and plunging the city into chaos. But how does an entire city disappear in minutes? Let's break it down. This storm hit during evening rush hour. Bad timing for millions of people on the move. Sky Harbor International Airport instantly grounded flights. Neighborhoods flickered into darkness as power lines snapped under the force of the wind. Drivers on the freeway were swallowed in seconds, trapped in near-zero visibility. This wasn't just dust in the air. It was a haboob, a type of storm so violent it can transform Phoenix from a sunlit city into a ghost town almost instantly. By the way, if you've ever experienced a dust storm like this, drop a comment with where you were. Your stories make these events real. So what's a haboob? The word comes from Arabic, meaning blasting or driven. And that's exactly what it feels like. A haboob is born when a thunderstorm collapses. Cold, rain-cooled air sinks, slams into the desert floor, and rushes outward like a tidal wave. That outflow wind scoops up loose desert dust, creating a rolling wall that looks more like a natural disaster movie than real life. And here's the wild part. This all happens in minutes. 1 second, blue skies. The next, something that resembles Mars. Why Phoenix? Geography. The city sits in the Sonoran Desert, a basin full of dry soils and fine particles just waiting to be lifted. Monsoon season, July through September, adds the trigger: frequent thunderstorms. In many cases, the rain evaporates before it hits the ground, but the powerful winds still hit full force. The result? Dust walls instead of rainfall. This mix of heat, geography, and storm activity makes Phoenix one of the global hotspots for haboobs. Other cities get thunderstorms. Phoenix gets swallowed. And the August 25th storm wasn't just another dust event, it was one of the biggest in recent memory. This haboob stretched more than 40 miles across and climbed almost a mile into the sky. Wind gusts pushed past 60 miles per hour. The storm rolled so quickly that some parts of the city went from daylight to pitch-black dust in less than 2 minutes. Entire blocks lost power. Street lights and traffic signals disappeared into the brownout. For pilots and drivers alike, it was like someone had pulled a curtain over the world. The National Weather Service later confirmed this was one of the strongest gust fronts Arizona has faced in years, and meteorologists warn hotter summers and drier soils could make storms like this more common. But beyond the science, the real story is how it affects the people caught inside. First, the air. Dust this fine doesn't just irritate, it invades. It bypasses your nose and throat and buries itself deep in your lungs. For people with asthma, allergies, or heart conditions, it can be a serious medical emergency. Then there's driving. If you've ever been in a haboob, you know the panic. One moment you're cruising down the highway. The next, you can't see the hood of your car. Multi-car pileups are common because drivers don't pull over or they leave their lights on, causing chain reaction crashes. And when the power grid collapses, homes turn into ovens. With no AC and 100-degree heat, staying indoors isn't much safer. So how do you actually survive one of these storms? The survival rule in Arizona is simple. If you see a wall of dust, don't try to outrun it. Pull over, turn off your lights, and wait it out. Lights can trick other drivers into following your car and plowing into you. Waiting is the safest move. But here's the bigger picture. A haboob isn't just weather. It's a meeting point between geology, atmosphere, and human life. Phoenix has built itself into a desert powerhouse, but that means living with hazards most cities will never know. August 25th was a reminder. In Phoenix, the desert doesn't just surround you. Sometimes it swallows you whole. If you found this breakdown fascinating, subscribe to Geosphere for more deep dives into the forces that shape our world. And if you've ever been in a storm like this, share your experience in the comments. Someone else will learn from it.